Hey y'all, so we're back at Mary's and I wanted to make a quick announcement letting y'all know that the banana pups are officially on the website. I've been waiting for spring managing to be over so that I can assess kind of how much stock we have here, and also I was a little uncertain about shipping banana pups uh, in the cooler weather as well, and I just didn't have much experience with it, so I kind of watched a couple videos on how to best ship banana pups, and I think I'm gonna be good. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of do a quick little video showing the 3 different varieties we have here at Mary's that are available on the site, and the pros and cons of each one. So we'll start with the ice cream, which is also known as tall Namois here. It gets sold a lot as like blue Java, but it's just like Namois genetics, just taller. So this is it right here. And I really like this one. This is probably the best overall one that I will choose. Like, there's a car. I personally really like this one for agroforestry because of how tall it gets and of how much it suckers and how resistant it is. So it's a perfect combination of all things. It's really nice and stocky, just like the dwarf Namois is, but it's not so low to the ground where it kind of gets in the way sometimes. Sometimes the dwarf Namois can get in the way. It also allows you to fit a bunch of other things underneath. So this ice cream banana works well when you're doing other lower strata things like Suriname cherries or citrus or like coffee if you're into that, or like cacao. So yeah, this is a really excellent variety for agroforestry purposes. It checks off all the boxes. And then the next one that we have is the dwarf Namois, which I'll show one that is fruiting, so you can kind of get a gist. So here's one that's fruiting. So yeah, you see what I mean? It could get in the way in the sense of like, this is really low to the ground. It has a really lot of shade underneath it. It can get really compacted in a sense here. So what I've noticed is that dwarf Namois works really well in a consortium with papaya, since the papaya will grow straight up and the papaya really hates getting shaded out. So and the dwarf Namois can take some, some shade. So it works perfectly in a consortium with the papaya or any taller tree for that matter. Say like this Jamaican cherry over there. So the dwarf Namois is awesome. I really love the wind resistance of it. I mean, the fruit on ice cream and Namois are very similar. Like I said, I think they're both Namois genetics. And I love the compactness of it. This is one that you can plant in an open field as well and not worry too much about the stalk getting, especially if you prop it up with some bamboo or with whatever. But even if you don't, it's pretty dang hardy compared to the third one, which I'm going to talk about, which is the Pisang Ceylon, or the improved Mysore. Okay, so the Namois, super sturdy, super wind resistant, a little lower to the ground, which kind of makes it a little tougher to squeeze in Suriname cherries or other lower medium strata kind of plants. But I think as a beginner friendly banana, I'd say dwarf Namois is probably the best. Just there's no better feeling than just being able to harvest a banana just like right here. Can get a little tricky sometimes when they're nice and tall and you're worried about stuff falling onto other plants and stuff. So dwarf Namois, definitely the winner in terms of wind resistance and sort of beginner friendly. I must say that because they're so stocky, it's easy for these clumps to kind of get out of hand and like really everything close together. And so one of the things that often happens with dwarf Namois is that they come out looking like this. So they really kind of lean over, and I've noticed that you kind of have to stay ahead of the dwarf Namois clumps just so that you can get a little bit straighter bananas, because obviously you can see they will lean, especially if they got heavy racks, they'll start to lean heavily, which can oftentimes get in the way of your access paths, but it's not a huge deal. Let's see. All right, so that's 2, and of course, you know, I'm always opting for the healthiest pups. Thankfully, we have so many bananas here that the ratio of like sword suckers to water suckers is pretty good, and I'm able to get a good quantity of sword suckers, of the good stuff. I really it's a little weird going to nurseries and seeing banana selections and seeing a bunch of water pups, and if you don't know, then you know people will buy them, and then people have a hard time growing bananas, and usually I ask them. Anyway, I don't know, I just feel weird selling water pups. So you know, sword suckers only for the most part. Some mulberries. Not even for the most part. I probably would just say it's out of stock if I only see water suckers. Definitely. Okay, so the Pasang Ceylon is the last one. Improved Mysore. This one's really cool, but it also comes with its own flaws. Definitely not wind resistant. This one is nice because the stalks are really skinny. You see, look at this pup, how it's coming up super skinny for a lot of its life. Only when it's super matured that it does it kind of fill out at the end there. Let me go to one that's really nice so I can show. This one's really nice. The fruit are filled out. Apparently, Pasang Ceylon is one of the better tasting ones. People rave about it. It's an Indian variety. I think I've tried it like once at Fruitscapes a year, some change ago. I don't really remember. Characteristic tiny little flower compared to the Namwas. They got big old huge flowers. Characteristic red coloration on the underside and on the top right there, and on the actual pseudo stem. Let's see real quick. Okay, so there's the fruit. So like I said, I love the fact that it pups super heavily, which is really nice because it just gives you a lot of material to work with. But it's also skinny, so it's not like a hard time. Sometimes the dwarf Nemoirs and the ice creams can get so thick to the point where if you're not really experienced with machete or with certain tools, it'll give you a kind of a good workout for sure. Whereas the Pasang Ceylon, the improved Mysore, it's much easier to cut and much easier to work with, just because the girth is just everything. It's just a lot thinner than the other ones. So, but yeah, so pros, a lot of pups, skinny, easy to work with. Cons, not wind resistant, will most likely crack in half or blow down in an open field. So this is something that you want to use as a biomass banana at first, and then when things start to fill out and get a little bit more wind blockage, then you can maybe think about having it for production. Obviously, if you stake it up and protect it, then it'll do a better job. But that's all. I wanted to make that quick little video because I'm excited that I'm actually putting more food stuffs on the website. I have kind of just like a bunch of service species right now, but things are developing, things are advancing, which is awesome. Yeah, I'll just do a quick little showing of our little nursery area that we got set up too, so you can see some of the banana pups that we've already dug out for local sales. So here, it's an exposed site, unfortunately, a lot of sun, so we have this wall of Mexican sunflower all around. So in a couple months, it's going to be shading a little bit, at least the edges. But yeah, you can see the quality of the pups. They're just now starting to leaf out. I cut them back so that they don't. Yeah, just thicker, nice thick ones. And obviously, shipping, you will receive more of the corm itself, so it's less weight, and it's easier on the pup once it gets transplanted. You don't want a bunch of leaves draining that moisture and getting it stuck in a box, and like the leaves can't photosynthesize. So it's much better to just get a little piece of the corm with a little bit of the pseudostem popping out. So yeah, we have the 3 different varieties here. So again, it's going to be the improved Mysores, the Pasang Ceylons, ice cream, or the tall nemois, and then the dwarf nemois. And I am going to be doing some micro propagation as well, or macro. I forget what the difference is. Either way, taking the corms and then making them shoot up new shoots, and then kind of multiplying from there, producing much more easily shippable tiny plants. Need a little bit more taken care of at first, but it's a lot easier to ship, and you get kind of a better bang for your buck. You're able to get like a bunch of plants for, you know, maybe the same money as a pup or two. You just got to take care of them a little bit more. But that's about it. I'm really excited to keep stocking up the website and get more food plants up. So yeah, that's all. Peace.